One's being based in playing a single player game. I was gonna say, what was the last single player game that Mason even played? I think just Doom. But you know, fair enough, Doom is a fucking awesome game. I'm gonna have to replay Doom now on Xbox for like trophies and shit. Mason should download and play the Finding Bigfoot game with me.
Damn right.
Can't bring yourself to finish it. To be fair, the game does get kind of boring towards the ending. Because honestly, I could have given like two shits less about the story. I just wanted to kill demons. Man, I think you guys just need to play some better fucking games. I mean, to be fair, you can unlock infinite ammo by finding like the collectibles and stuff. I'm pretty much free to just waste that pistol. Because the next boss fight you have to do with TK is just all hand-to-hand combat. Oh, I guess Randy's chainsaw still spawns here. Now, if only his body was still there. I wish that, like, the bosses' bodies would either remain, or, like, if they didn't get, like, decapitated or just outright fucking destroyed. You see their, like, zombified corpses just, like, hanging around the area. He even uses the chainsaw like Randy, too.
Wicked.
I still can't wait till we get to the third game where we get the cock and ball, like, flamethrower. What am I drinking? I'm just drinking a Coke. We got some real, like, normie sodas in the house right now. We just got Coke, Dr. Peckers, and fucking, ginger ale. Yeah, I'm gonna stream the third one. I don't see why not. You didn't expect me to stream the third one? There's a lot of queens down here. Kind of curious now why you think I wouldn't stream that one. I thought you didn't like the third one. So, from what I've seen, I definitely think the third one is probably the weakest in the series. But I also haven't personally played it myself, so a lot of my complaints are kind of just based purely off of what I saw from other streamers. I just think that the third game takes way too much of a serious tone, but, like, also tries to inject, like, humor into a lot of the segments, too, with, like, the bosses and stuff like that. You know, because, like, they have the redneck bosses where it's just, like, you know, the whole punchline is supposed to be they're, like, anarchist, like, dumb rednecks. But you can't have, like... You just can't really have a goofy kind of, like, humor or, like, thing like that. But then also, like, deal with something like rape at the same time. Because, like, it is very open that, like, the fucking bikers, like, kidnap the dude's, like, female friend to basically just, like, molest her. I don't know, the game just couldn't decide on whether or not it wanted to be taken seriously or if it just wanted to be just a joke the whole game. I also think the character in that game is also a little bitch, too. They tried doing, like, the Far Cry 3 thing, where he starts off as, like, a little pussy when the game first begins, and then, like, he becomes even more badass and, like, confident over time. But, I don't know, he just seems like he's constantly just whining or, like, just doing the dumbest things to get himself found. The only time he tries to act tough is when Chuck is reunited with Katie. Yeah, exactly. Like, he just... I don't know, it just seems like he is just kind of a whine ass. Another thing is when that game first came out, it was like one of the release games with the new generation of Xbox. So, like, it was one of the very first Xbox One games, and it ran like shit. Because of like how big and how crowded the map was, like the game lagged a lot, even on like the newer generation console, the Xbox One at the time. Uh, it would lag a lot, constant like crashing and freezing. I know a lot of people hate Dead Rising 4 because of like how many steps backwards that game took in terms of like they completely kind of ruined what it meant to play a Dead Rising game. And Dead Rising 3 at least does follow like the tropes and like what they're going for a little bit more. But at the same time, like, I don't know, it just has like an unlikable protagonist. Pretty much just everything I mentioned before. When 4 was them trying to like take the game into a new direction by, I guess, just playing the game completely safe. So far, the only thing I hate about Dead Rising 4 is that they changed Frank's voice actor. Honestly, when I played the game, I didn't think Frank's voice was that bad. I didn't even know it was a different person, if I'm being honest. I don't know, it wasn't really up until recently where I started, like, giving a shit about voice actors or, like, keeping track of, like, voice actors. Normally, when it comes to voice acting in video games, I kind of just always assume that every character is just played by Troy Baker. Since Troy Baker plays, like, every fucking character ever. I just really don't like Troy Baker. I know he's not cool amongst the voice actor community anymore because he tried making NFTs, and so everyone hates him now. On a brick. I just think it was stupid that they got a new voice actor to make Frank sound older, even though the guy who voiced him was in his 30s or 40s in the game. I do also think it's stupid when they change voice actors unnecessarily. Like, I know that was a pretty big turnoff for a lot of people in the new Bayonetta game. I think in Bayonetta 3, they changed the voice actor because she wanted some, like, ridiculous amount of pay or something to voice Bayonetta. And they pretty much told her, like, no, go fuck yourself. We're gonna find someone else. Name me one game where Troy Baker isn't voice acting someone. Yakuza, and that's only because the voice acting's in Japanese. Yakuza, I think, is actually the only example I can think of.
Smooth.
Although, I guess to be fair, I haven't seen if he voices any of the characters if I switch it to English. I have this weird thing. I guess it's not really too weird, but, I always like to play games in, like, their native language. So with games like the Yakuza series, where by default it's in Japanese, I will only play the game in Japanese. Yeah, Yakuza has English. I just choose not to play it that way. It's just, like, it's not even, like, the same game anymore if you play it with English. I don't know, it seems kind of odd playing with English dubs.
Nice.
Oh, so it was the sound wave thing. I usually hate English dub unless it's Death Note. I still haven't seen Death Note. Even with Far Cry 6, the like story to that game takes place in Cuba. And so I was like, fuck it, you know what? Most of this game is in Spanish anyways, or like the characters use a lot of Spanish. So I was pretty much just like, you know, I might as well just play the game in Spanish.
Sweet.
Death Note is the only anime where I will say that the dub is actually better than the sub. I don't know if I have an anime like that. Because honestly, I do like both. I think the English version of Naruto is pretty funny, just because, like, in the Japanese version of Naruto, he never once says fucking believe it. Or in the mangas either. That's strictly just, like, a US thing. But the reason that I like subbed more than dubbed sometimes is, like, I don't really watch TV much anymore. I always kind of just throw shit on in the background, and I'll just, like, listen to it. And, like, obviously I can't do that with Japanese. True, Dragon Ball is definitely better in English, too. I can't stand fucking Goku's voice in the Japanese version. When I played that shitty fighting game, Jump Force, the entire game was in Japanese, and so that was my first experience and first time ever hearing the Japanese voice acting for Goku. And oh my fucking god, dude, it was so bad. Dude sounded so whiny, like it didn't even sound like the same character. Oh wow, this fucking gun is good. I think another really good anime that benefits from an English dub is JoJo's. I think JoJo's is another good one with English dub.
Too late to play it safe, Chuck.
I honestly watched the first and second in English because I thought it sounded weird that British people were speaking Japanese. True, like, I've always wondered how you portray shit like that in Japanese. Like, I would love to see a Japanese person just try to do, like, a British impression. Also, Tyrone, what the fuck do you mean he doesn't have the guts to save him? The dude just did your shopping list. God, this fucking fight sucks so bad.
Hold on!
Are those like landmines or something? God, this fucking fight sucks so bad. I always dread getting to this fucking part of the game. Bro, can you, like, fuck off for a couple of seconds so I can heal? Bro, I wasn't even near the explosive. Oh my god, dude, like, it's not fucking touching me. I am, like, actually just taking unnecessary damage because the game's just being fucking dumb. What's so bad about this boss? Have you not seen the boss fight yet? God, this fucking fight is so shit, man. Like, unironically, one of the worst boss fights I think I've ever experienced. Yeah, because somehow that explosion still hits me, which is what's fucking pissing me off. Yeah, this fight is just such dog shit, because, like, it's impossible to avoid his fucking charge attack. This fight gives you absolutely no weapons to start with. The only way to actually get weapons are, like, healing items. You have to go through this elaborate, like, set of explosions, apparently. Definitely my biggest gripe with this boss battle is that, like, TK is just unavoidable.
You're gonna be okay! Hold on! Weak little man!
Oh, now the game tells me there's shit up here. Yeah, I was pretty much fucked from that boss fight, like right from the get-go. It's such a boring boss fight. It is actually just like one of the worst. In terms of Dead Rising, a lot of the boss fights in this game are at least pretty decent. I'd say that TK is definitely just the worst in the series. No, I didn't lose too much progress, but it's still really annoying though. This is definitely one of the most difficult fights, but it's still not one of the dumbest fights. Because this game honestly has a really interesting track record. Like, Dead Rising 2 has one of the most annoying boss fights being TK, and then Off the Record has one of the stupidest boss fights of all time, which is fucking, instead of fighting Sullivan as the final boss, or as the boss, you fight Stacy 4-Step instead. The, like, redhead that Chuck saves. And her boss fight is she somehow is able to, like, take control of, like, a kid's carnival ride and turns it into a mech. Like, an actual just fucking mech. With just no explanation on how she's just able to do that. But I guess to be fair, though, in all fairness to Off the Record, the whole point of that game is to be bad. Like, Off the Record is like, it's a spin-off story as it is. And it's purposely trying to be as, like, as campy and just weird as possible for the sake of just being weird. Embracing just, like, a lot of the tropes of, the Dead Rising series. Gray away. I wouldn't be surprised if Mason's just staying up all night trying to figure out how to fix his sleep schedule instead of sleeping. I remember my first 24/7 stream. Or, yeah, 24/7. 24-hour, not 24/7. That implies that I'm open, like, every day of the fucking week. You know, I guess in all fairness, if I was an android and I had no other fucking, literally anything going on in my life, you know what? I probably would just stream 24/7.
Keep losing your women to TK, baby. Like so many others before you.
Alright, so I know I can't bring my items with me into the fight, but I wonder if I use the painkiller now and then enter the fight, if my buff will carry over into it. Gonna try to cheese this fight out just a little bit. Okay, sweet, it does fucking carry over. Awesome. Your ass is mine, TK. Oh, fucking pussy. Fight me mano-y-mano. Prepared to get fuckled by the shuckle.
Hang on! Stay calm! Don't worry!
Gonna bash TK's brains in with this pipe.
Hold on!
I heard you coming up behind me, pussy boy.
I'll save you! Stay calm!
Yeah, for my first 24-hour stream, I didn't do the sleeping bullshit like Mason did on his. I stayed up for a full, like, fucking day straight just playing games. I think I played Infamous Second Son. That was the game I played for 24 hours. Did that for the first 2 streams. I see people, like, unironically, like, just sleep on stream. I don't see the appeal of that. Like, I just don't get why people do that. I mean, I guess to be fair, people watch some of the stupidest shit, though. Like this new trend where people are just watching content creators that act like NPCs. Mmm, delicious. Mmm.
You gotta be willing to risk it all if you're ever really gonna win big.
The NPC trend is fucking cringe. But it's also one of those arguments where it's like, who's more stupid? Is it the person acting like an NPC for 5 hours and making like fucking thousands of dollars? Or is it the dumbasses that are like donating to it to like,
It's over.
to basically just hear it?
We're going home.
The people donating? I definitely think that too. Because like without people donating, there'd be no point for them acting like that. That's why my philosophy has always been that, like, if you see a video on YouTube that you don't like, never thumbs it down or, like, leave an angry comment on it or some stupid shit like that. Just, like, literally just don't interact with it whatsoever.